Hopefully my social security number is only showing me 3 places. Alright, so you need to make a green screen video. There are 2 ways that I've learned how to do it, and the first one we're going to go over is CapCut. The second one is DaVinci Resolve, but that's much more advanced, and that will be later in the video. So, first of all, CapCut. For CapCut, when you go here, you do not have to sign in. I signed in. If you don't sign in, it looks a lot more like this. Like this right here. So this is what it looks like if you don't log in. You do not need to log in, and nothing bad will happen. The only problem is if you try to do editing videos, it will not save when you finish. So you can always come here, and you can edit your videos like normal. Drag and drop files from here, and make your video. However, you cannot green screen here. There is no green screen option here. What you have to do, you have to leave this, go to Tools, come over here to Video, and click this Remove Background button. It should be the exact same thing that Chromebooks, despite the fact that I'm doing this on a desktop. Now over here, just right here, just disregard that. It doesn't matter at all. You can start for free. As far as I'm aware, there isn't a limit, but still do this conservatively. First of all, what you want to do is you want to take your green screened media, open it up, and then it's going to upload. And through the magic of editing, it's done uploading. Once it's done uploading, it's going to do this like transcoding thing. It's usually pretty quick. All it needs to do after that is actually remove the background. Right here you can see that. And then when it usually is done, its default color is this weird green. That makes it really weird. So after it goes through the green screen process and removes the background, it'll come out like this. I recommend changing this color to black just while you're doing this. It's going to be on this weird color, so it looks very similar. Click the black, and then when you go through to hit play, you can just see the video, and it will play decently. You can hear my voice in there. And then yeah, it comes through pretty well. It's not the best of quality, but when you don't have any like super fancy programs, then this is what you get. Next, what you can do is you can either use an image or a video, which processes the exact same thing in either way, but I'm going to use a video. Hit upload your device, and it should bring you to the Chrome thing. This is just mine to computer. And then you open this, it's going to upload. This might take a while, depending on the size of the file, but it shouldn't take too long. For the magic of editing, this thing is like done uploading. However, that took me like 5 minutes, so depending on your file size, that might end up taking longer. If you do a quality that's less than 1080p, then that'll be better, but this current one is around 400 megabytes, so just make sure that whatever yours is isn't super large. Anyway, when this actually finishes its uploading, do a super transcoding thing, and then we will finally get to put it as the background, and it'll be beautiful. Now, here is the final project. So this is what will happen. So we take this, you can see the green because again, I didn't light it properly. Just make sure you do. And if we hit play,
Action.
You can hear my ugly voice again, and boom.
Cut.
Of course, it isn't the best quality, and this will continue to go since this is 23 seconds. However, you can cut this down to the 9 seconds that the actual video is. Because our video is 9 seconds, this video is that many. Hit trim, and boom. At the end, it should probably be black a little bit, but you can fidget with it to get it the right way. And then you can always edit it in the trimmer in the editor. Then you just hit export. You, I guess, do need to log in. Good to know. You do need to log in. And finally, you can just wait for it to back up, I guess. any of this, you can choose 1080p. I don't care about TikTok. So you can do 1080p. I think there's 4K in here too, but for video project, you might want to do one of these. I'm not sure. I'm going to click 1080p. Save MP4 video PS. Blah blah blah. This is all just up to you what you want, and then you just hit export. And it should immediately save to your Chromebooks downloads. In which case, then you can use it in whatever you want to use it. Move it to your SD card, move it to your drive, anything. And I'm not going to wait for it to finish. So when you do this, you just, when the video is ready, when it's done to the export stage, you can just click this and see again the full video and everything. Again, a little bit at the end there, but you can edit that out later. And you just download. And then Chrome, for me it does this, but for you it will go into your downloads folder in your on your Chromebook, and you can just hit the little magnifying glass on your keyboard, search files, go to that, and it will be in the download section. So that is how you do it here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't look the best, obviously, because it is a free software online. But if you want to do green screen and you don't have a ton of resources, this is a great way to do it. Alright, so the next section of the video is pertaining to people who have their own computer or laptop at home and can get this program called DaVinci Resolve. Now, this is just one of the free applications I know of. There's other ones like Adobe Premiere, but the process is very similar. Different things might be called different things, but it should be very similar. So, to start with this, we're going to go to make sure you're in edit mode, because if you're in this mode, then it's weird and dumb and stupid. So, go to edit mode, over here, import media. If you know how to use this program, then I don't know why I'm telling you this. Typically, yes, change to the frame rate of the timeline. Then over here, you can see this has audio on it. So this is the, I don't know why I care about the audio. Anyway, point is, this is the green screen clip. So we're gonna put this right here. Personally, I'm just gonna get rid of that. All right, so here's your video track. Right now, it's just that. What we're gonna do, we're actually gonna bring this to the second track and just drag it up, and it creates a second video track. And you can take your background, put it right there, clean it up. All right, so now we've got this. However, you can still see the green. Like, can you? Yeah, you can. You can still see the green right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this. Go to Effects. Hit the search bar right up here at the top. We're going to search 3D, and then the first thing that comes up, 3D Keyer. This is all we need. This is the best tool in all the DaVinci Resolve. You just take this, drag it, drop it right on here. You can see this little FX sign. So now when we go into Effects, we've got 3D Keyer. Tons of settings. This is the main one we want, right up here. Go down here, make sure that this little box is changed to this Open FX overlay. If it's not, this won't work. While this icon is selected, you can color on the green screen. Just literally make lines until everything looks black. If it's slightly gray, like that, it won't work, so you can see some green stuff. Just make sure that you make everything as black as possible. You can make as much lines as you want, and boom. And you might think, wait, what happened? Well, that's the green screen being gone. So now if we click this button, hit play, you can see he's going to come in. You see some green, everything a little weird, but it looks pretty good. However, oh, look at that. However, we can do better than this. If we go down here and open up all these things, chroma tolerance. The reason it's called chroma tolerance is because this is actually called chroma keying, which is here. But it just means how tolerant it is of other colors. If we turn it down, then it'll only take colors very specific to the alignment group, which is not what we want. We don't want more color showing up. If we do, you take this, you just click and drag, you just drag it until you get rid of all the green. This seems like a pretty good tolerance here. Now, if you take it too high, it'll start taking colors that are even remotely similar on the hexadecimal value. That's not a hexadecimal value, but I believe it uses that. So if you drag it too high, you can see eventually that starts to happen. So just make sure you find a good balance between keeping what you want and getting rid of what you don't want. So I think about 26, 25 seems to be a good number. So that's pretty good. Boom. The entire video should no longer have any green except for around my actor here, which is the thing. Oh, and there's some down here, which is not what we want. So if we go back down here, we can still drag it up a little more. And it's not going to matter because it's not going to ask. If you ever make a mistake and it starts just not letting the green come, if it's still making the green there again for some reason, just go back to this, reset, go back to the beginning. So chroma, and the best thing about that is chroma tolerance. It also gets reset. Everything gets reset, which it kind of sucks actually. But if you broke something, everything can be reset very easily. We'll bring that back up to 26. Again, there's some green screen right here being shown. And there are some other ways you can get rid of this. Softness can be a factor. I'm not quite sure about this. It just kind of... The last setting that's very good is despill. Despill makes it for this green outline that you see can disappear. The higher it is, the less green it becomes. Usually becomes more of a gray, but it kind of just tries to tint it and make it seem more real. So that usually tends to help. Another thing is, up here, these tools, this is the original pick color. If you do it, you cannot use the same tool again. However, if we go back to what we were looking at a second ago, that green, it's turned gray now. But you can add this to it, add a stroke, and get rid of all that color. So now, when we go through, it should look a lot better. So now, instead of being green, my thing's gray, and this is pretty good. So you did see me fiddle with this a little bit, but this is how you do it, and then the end product ends up turning out pretty well. Boom, you're done. That is all I have. This part was probably a lot more hard to follow, but that is how you do this in both CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. If you have any other questions, Mr. Koss might be able to answer them, and I would probably be able to answer them as well if I'm there, which I probably won't be. Probably be elsewhere. Anyway, have fun filming.